And I see a lot of people say, what's your story and stuff like that. It's a long story. It would take me a really long time to talk about all of it. And I don't know if I'm going to share how I'm going to share, but I think little by little I'll share more. Absolutely. But I don't know if I'm going to share it right now, but I may make some TikToks about it. Let me know if you think I should, or if that would be helpful to you. I really don't want to trigger anybody, but if any ways I think that maybe that would help me not trigger people in a way, I would hope so, because I really don't want to trigger anybody, because triggering people makes me so upset, and I never want to trigger anybody. And I think maybe if I showed the reality of my situation, that maybe that would help people not be triggered. But I also, for me, I just really want to sing, and I want to be a singer first and foremost. And I said the reason why I never shared my chronic illness story and all my chronic illness stuff was because I never wanted that to define who I was, because that can really, I don't know, it can be devastating when you work really hard for your dreams and then everybody's just like puts you as the chronic illness girl, as the girl with the chronic illness and the girl with this issue. But you know what I mean? But I would be open to it, I think, and possibly sharing my recovery, because I feel like I see a lot of people getting triggered, and I don't want people to be triggered, and I kind of want some of you dealing with anorexia or dealing with an eating disorder to know the reality of my situation, and that it's not glamorous, and that it's not fun, and you do not want to be this thin, and you do not want to look like me, and you don't want to look like me, and you don't want to be, it's not fun, and it's not glamorous. Your story is yours to share when you're ready. You know what? I'm gonna say something else. If you have any type of mental illness and you hear people share their stories, does that trigger you? Because I have heard of people who, look at people's other videos and do it to get triggered, and I don't want anybody to get triggered, at all. That's my biggest fear. I really don't want anybody to be triggered and go through triggering it, because I don't know if it helps or not. You know what I mean? And I just want to make sure that it helps, and that if I was to do that and document stuff, that I wouldn't trigger anybody. So I want to do it in the right way. But if you want to know what health issue I have and everything, I will be open to sharing. I guess maybe I could share it now. Do you want to know? Should we do it? I don't know. Would that help you? Would sharing my story help? Should we share? Okay. So what does that you tell us? Okay, should we do it? But first I'll just share maybe a little bit of what part you want to know. I think it would help a lot of people understand. You would worry less. Okay, I'll definitely make some TikToks about it. Okay, and I'll do it. But basically, I've dealt with chronic illness my whole life. my whole entire life, I've never been like healthy. And it started with really bad. A few months ago you were fine. I wasn't fine a few months ago. Like, I was sicker. And then I got like, even when I was heavier or when my cheeks were really big, like, I wasn't healthy. At that point, I was really inflamed because I have some autoimmune diseases that are chronic inflammation, including, I have a couple. I've dealt with a lot of lupus, fibromyalgia, and also Sjogren's syndrome. And with those have come a lot of complication. I've also dealt with a lot of chronic allergies my whole entire life, which have been awful, and food allergies, which is, you have lupus too? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Liam, Alexa, it's the worst. Yeah, also Raynaud's syndrome. I have fibromyalgia, it's the worst. You have fibromyalgia too? Yes, it is so awful. It is awful. And allergies are bad, vitamin bad. Yeah, I have Sjogren's too. Yes, Sjogren's is the worst. Sjogren's is so bad. You have fibro too? Oh my gosh. I can't believe you all have these too. They're awful. Yeah, and it's been so bad. And it happened to me when I was really young. But unfortunately, I think it went undiagnosed. I have ARFID. Yeah, ARFID is hard. ARFID could be really hard, for sure. I definitely dealt with a lot of food aversions as well, from gastrointestinal issues that were really hard, like from the lupus and from the fibro, and I had a lot of it with the pain every day, depression sinks in. Yes, exactly, because like I said, physical pain and mental pain is so crazy. Yes, my parents just called me lazy when I was in pain. It's so hard. Yeah, it's so hard because you're in so much pain and you're so exhausted all the time, but you're trying to keep going and you want to keep going. I ended up with GERD from the prednisone. Oh my gosh, that stinks. For me, yeah, I had doctors who wanted to put me on prednisone at like 14. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to do it. And I hate people that don't take disability seriously. I know, people don't understand how debilitating it is. And people have it on different levels. Like, I'll never even be able to drive a car at this point. You know what I mean? And then people in the comments are like, you're faking and you have an eating disorder and you're telling people and blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing. I think it caused an eating disorder in a way. You know what I mean? And because it was like I was in so much pain that I physically couldn't eat. And then with Sjogren's, I still have it. I have really, really bad dysphagia, like awful dysphagia. And even right now, and it's like every morning, this is why I sound like this every morning, like every morning my whole throat just is like closed and I can't even swallow, and I don't even know how and then I have food allergies too. Yeah, and I'm allergic to like literally every food, so it becomes so impossible to get it's really hard. It becomes impossible to find anything that I can eat. So it's like right now my main focus is on getting as many nutrients as I can possible. It's just like I'm trying to take dysphagia. Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like, it's dysphagia. Is that how you say it? Right? Yeah, there's even other stuff. I also have oral allergy syndrome, which is terrible, which is like the weirdest thing ever, which is basically like you're allergic to the pectin in the air, and so you end up being allergic to all this crazy stuff. So it's like feeding tube, things in feeding tubes I'm allergic to, because I've had like a bunch of food allergies my whole life. And I've always been allergic to stuff. But then as I've gotten older, it's been really weird because the allergies have gotten worse. And so it's been dysphagia. Yeah, that's how they say it. That's how the doctor says it. That is how he says it. But yeah, and it's really hard because there were times where it's like you don't want to go to the doctors can be so frustrating, and because it takes them so long to it takes them so long to get a diagnosis and get what they want to do, and then they just want to put you on so many steroids. And I'm really sensitive to medicine, and I also have, with lupus, I have a lot of skin issues and a lot of, I'm so happy I found Julia, Alexa. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. I know lupus is really hard, and it affects everybody in different ways, and it can be so debilitating, and all of them can be so debilitating. But really, are you able to have protein shakes? See, I wish, but I'm allergic to nuts. And so it's like really hard for me to find the right protein shake. And I've been trying to find a protein shake so badly, but like I need protein, and I know I need protein, and I'm really trying to nourish myself. When you do your TED Talk, just give us fans a shout out. Aw, that's so sweet. Yeah, it's been really crazy, and it's been so crazy. Like, just the journey I've been on has been so crazy. And I think that, yeah, just trying to find something right now. My main focus every day is just really trying to get sunflower butter. See, I'm allergic to sunflower, so it's really hard. It's really hard. It's like so annoying. It's crazy. And then some stuff I can't swallow because of the inability to swallow. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like, a lot. It's crazy. I don't even know how all this happened. It's really crazy. I know I'm allergic to everything. It's so annoying. And then, yeah, the allergy thing is so annoying. Yeah. Ugh, it's really hard. Yeah, the doctors hate me. As you said, poor doctors, to imagine. They hate me. They're like, oh my gosh, like, what do we even do with you? Like, it's crazy. It's been really hard. And so I'm trying every day. I may end up documenting more of my journey and making more TikToks about it if you want. But mainly what I want it to be about is, if I share more of my journey, I want it to be about how your illness doesn't need to stop you. Whether it's mental illness, because I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that. Or whether it's mental illness, physical illness, nothing needs to stop your life, and you can live a full life. And I know that I'm going to find a way to live a full life, and I'm going to find a way to get through everything that I'm going through and find a way to be happy and be healthy and keep my music dream alive, because nothing's going to stop my dream. You know what I mean? Nothing in the world's going to stop my dream. And every day I'm just going to work really hard to get better and get healthier. And so that way, does music help you cope? Music is my #1 cope. And that's why I post all the time and sing so much and do so much music, because it really does help me, and it helps me every day, because like, you never know how long you're gonna be on this earth, you know, and it's given me such an appreciation for life. It's given me a closer relationship, get the nourishment that I need in my body, but it's really hard to get it. And yeah, it's an everyday challenge for sure, and it's not glamorous, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody, so please don't want to look like me or anything at all. But I'll make a TikTok later. Tofu, I can't have soy. I'm trying to find soy food, soy-free tempo. It's really hard. It's like, ugh, you don't even understand. It's so hard. But I'll let you know more about my journey later. It's very complicated and a lot. And I'm just really trying to stay strong. But I want you to know that if you're dealing with chronic illness, that it doesn't have to stop you, and that you can still do anything. And I made a promise to myself that I'm never, ever going to let it stop me from my dream. And I'm never going to let it stop me from my life. And I am going to keep fighting and never give up. I'm not going to give in to the illness. I have anxiety. Oh yeah, anxiety is so hard. _hand_na. Have really strong mental health. I feel in a really strong place mentally, which is a blessing. I pray to Jesus. It had been really debilitating and have caused mental illnesses on top of the physical illnesses. I think as symptoms, because yeah, anxiety and depression, they're symptoms as lupus as well, and all that type of stuff. It really can all coincide. I'm honestly thankful, and I know you're going to heal me, and I know you're going to help me get through this, and I have 100% faith in you that I'm going to find a way to get through this. So thank you so much for every day, and please help me to get better every single day. You can use this to glorify God. You can tell people the reason for the hope you have. Yes, that's what I want to do. That is what I want to do. And also, I think God gave me singing for a reason, and God gave me this music therapy, which has been the most amazing thing in my whole entire world for me, and it has been so beautiful. And I'm never gonna let it stop me from my dream, and I'm going to keep going and keep fighting. So anyways,